What is up, my Lorcana Goons? Congratulations, we've made it to Friday, and we're going to talk about some Lorcana stuff today. So, there's been a lot of changes in the market, and I'm going to go ahead and go over them. We do these market watches every 2 times every week, Monday and Friday. It is November 3rd today, so sit back and put down them Disney passes, and let's pick up some Disney cards, shall we? As you can see here, the first chapter booster box is lower than it was earlier in the week. Now, we got confirmation from a lot of people, Lorcana, consumers, that the next wave of reprints or the next wave is already hitting the shelves. I've heard some people claim that their LGS has had them already. Shout out to One of One King. He left a comment 5 hours ago on our last Market Watch saying, "My LGS had 40 boxes of Chapter 1 restock and sold out in 30 minutes. LOL." Yeah, this seems like it's going to be happening for a while, right? It's not necessarily about how much product they print. It's more about how fast is the product going to sell out. So, thank you, One of One King, for leaving that information. And once again, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Lorcana Goons if you want to see more Lorcana content. But what do you guys think about the Chapter 1 booster box prices right now? Overall, they're a lot lower than they were before, right? They used to be around 350 to 375, and now they're a little bit closer to 300, around that 280-ish mark. This has brought in the entire market down overall. The enchanted rares are going down. The supers rares. The only card that's not really going down is the legendary Rapunzel. But a lot of the market in general is going down. And as usual, by the way, don't buy these pre-orders. This gift set is not going to be this much. It is not $500 listed anymore, but I don't think it's going to be listed for 350, and people are buying it. So, in my opinion, don't buy it. Anyways, let's get into more cards. So, the booster box is for Chapter 1. There has been a confirmation that there's going to be a difference between the first wave and the second wave, basically, with this little piece of tape that's going to be holding down this open end of the box, right? Unfortunately, this seems something that can be replicated, so I don't know how much this is going to warrant like hoarding the first wave of Chapter 1, but it does almost create this version of like a first edition with the first wave, right? However, that little piece of tape doesn't seem like it has any marking of Ravensburger, any official marking or anything. So it does seem like something you might be able to replicate if you're looking for, a piece of information that would differentiate between first and second edition. The cards in there are all going to be the same. The only difference is there are going to be some erratas, but we will get into that more in the video as we go on. But the gift set, super expensive, don't buy it. These Disney Lorcana playmats from the first chapter have gone up in price. Actually, the Maleficent one is now listed for as low as $75. A bunch sold in October for around the $50 to $60 range, and now the other ones listed are like 70 some dollars. These mats are super cool. They're super hard to find. I wonder if these are going to be included in the next wave slash reprint. So hopefully we'll see more official Lorcana merch and like products that we can use to play the game than what's what we've seen so far, because there's so many people who need mats or want these mats. You know what I mean? The Enchanted Elsa has gone down in price drastically in the last couple days. There's plenty of listings less than $700 from verified and non-verified sellers. 650 to 620 is around the area that you're probably gonna end up paying. But more closer to that 650 range. Let me know what you guys think of this. I don't know if you were picking these up for the highs of like $800 to $900. However, I do think that this price seems kind of reasonable. But as we've seen, the reprints officially, or the next wave officially hit stores this week, we've seen the prices go down a little bit. But if you're following the market, what always ends up happening is it all gets bought out. There's such a demand for this game that the cards are the cards, the boxes, everything from your LGS, it's all gonna get bought out. So if you can get your hands on them, I say get your hands on them. The Enchanted Carefree Surfer Stitch has been going up a little bit in price. A lot of sales have been happening recently for this card, a little bit more than the 250 range, which is cool because this one was more. It was around $200 when I had it and I sold it, and then it shot up all the way to closer to 300, and it fell back down. But now it's kind of maintaining its value at 250. But the thing about this one is that on TCG Player, anyways, this Enchanted Rare has the least amount of listings. All the other Enchanted Rares have listings in the 20s. There's only 11 listings for this Enchanted Stitch. And if you really want to go by verified sellers, the next verified seller is at $315. So Carefree Surfer Stitch, living up to the hype of the legendary Surfer Stitch, the one that is not the alternate art, that being one of the most sought out legendaries right now. And now Carefree Surfer Stitch might be one of the Enchanted Rares that ends up being picked up. It's a great card in the meta game, and overall the artwork is amazing. I think Stitch is probably one of people's favorite characters, the second favorite to Elsa, if I'm not mistaken. Overall, I think this is a really cool card. It might see the $300 mark if you're selling it, so maybe try and get that much value. This is not financial advice. It's just all about the value, guys. If you guys are doing trades, if you guys are doing purchases, make sure you're getting the right value for what you're paying for, right? Stitch, Carefree, Surfer. So a lot of the legendaries were really hyped last week. As of this week, with the announcement of the next wave hitting shelves, we can see the proof now because there's 69 listings for this Stitch. LOL. 69 listings though for the Carefree Surfer Stitch. About 2 weeks ago, there was 20 listings. 20, like around that, 15 listings. That's why scarcity makes a huge impact on the price. Obviously, now the Stitch is no longer selling for close to $50. You're going to be paying a little closer to $40 for your Carefree Surfer Stitch. So that's pretty cool. Maybe pick these up right now because I do think that this as a $35 to $40 legendary, the way Maleficent, Elsa, and Belle were, that price kind of makes sense, right? It's almost a mandatory card in Amber. It's a staple right now, and it's going to be good in the next chapter. But there's a lot of listings now, and that goes for Elsa, Maleficent, and Belle over here. There's a lot of listings for these cards now, guys. So the prices have been coming down. 118 listings for Elsa, no longer a $35 legendary. It's closer to the $32 range right here, with multiple people who have it verified and unverified with way less than $35. Same thing with Belle. Belle bouncing off that $35 mark, hitting closer to $30 with like $2 shipping. Maleficent Dragon, same thing. This card used to be in the 40s, then it was in the 35s, and now it's closer to the 30s. So a lot of the legendaries coming down. John Silver was experiencing a buyout. Now there's 58 listings. There's no longer just 10 listings for John Silver, guys. There's a lot of listings. This is what happens when the waves actually hit the shelves. There's plenty of people who are able to get their hands on product and sell it online. Obviously, a bunch of unverified sellers, but as you can tell, if you go down for John Silver, the lowest verified is already like 25 bucks right here, actually. So 25 plus $1 shipping. So shout out the Wasteland Gaming for dictating this price today. What's cool though is that the cold foils for these cards are still indeed maintaining their price. The Carefree Surfer Stitch is about still in that $70 to $80 range. The John Silver right here, it bounced off that $50 mark, but there's a lot of sales happening for about 45 to 50. Sorry, for like 40 to 50, $45. And I do believe that for the cold foil market, it's going to stay that way for a while. There's only 20 listings, and there's not going to be that many listings for these cold foils. However, for Beast, this had a buyout. This had a cold foil buyout, and now these are no longer in the $30 range. These fell drastically as well. They're all less. The lowest verified is less than $25, with about $24.99 exactly, actually. After the lowest verified. So no, but this wasn't the $30 range. They were selling even for 40 at the peak of the buyout. So these had a drastic fall, and now. And we're gonna play Lilo Limbo, another card that has been falling drastically. And it seems almost as if Lilo is like on the other end of the spectrum of like Enchanted Elsa, where every time I see Lilo start dipping in price, the rest of the cards are dipping in price, right? So Lilo, lowest verified we can find it here is gonna be $8.50. So shout out Dandy Trading Co. for dictating this Lilo Limbo price. And then after that, it goes closer to $9. But there are some unverified sellers selling this card for $7.50. So this used to be a $20 rare, now we're seeing it hit lows of $7.50 if you're going to unverified. But look at the whole market, guys. Everything is falling down. Tinkerbells are less than 20 bucks right now. Plenty of sellers that have it on the verified and non-verified listing for less than $20 with $1 shipping, like $17, $18. Cusco's no longer near that $20 range. These are in the $15 range with plenty of verified and non-verified sellers as well. A Whole New World, less than $15. This card is amazing in Amber Steel, and there's been so many listings that have been popping up lately that the price is just going down. It's very competitive. So if you guys want to build some decks, your staples are really cheap right now. Let it go. Used to be a $10 staple easy. Now there's plenty of non-verified selling it for $7, $6, and verified sellers selling it for $8. If you go to Ariel Spectacular Singer, we see the same thing happening. This used to be a super rare that was more than $10, and I think this card is still going to be good in Chapter 2. Right now, there's multiple verified sellers selling it for less than $8 for around $7.70 with shipping included. Even cards like Flynn Rider have finally come down. These used to be $3 each. Now you can find some for less than $2, $1.95, $1.95, $2.33 plus $1 shipping. People even have multiples listed. This person, a Cash Connection, only has 610 sales, but shout out you because he got them for $2 and he has 8 of them. You can save a pretty penny if you want to get your play sets of Flynn Riders right now. Once again, a lot of these cards just get bought out because the more people that want to play the game, the more they're actually going to start buying the cards. So Cheshire Cat is another card that used to be $3 for an uncommon. Now you can find plenty for around that $2, $1.95 mark, Let's see who else is low. Oh, the a lot of the cards that come in the starter decks. These super rares used to maintain a value of about $4 at least, and now there's plenty of people that have it for the $2 range, like Aurora, Aladdin. Okay, but that's enough for cards that have been going down. Let's look at some cards that have been going up or maintaining their price. But these are all cold foils, so for the most part, the non-foil versions of all these cards have dipped in price and are very affordable in my opinion right now. And the cold foil versions have been going up in price actually. So Lantern, being a very popular card once again in the format, has been having an uptick in sales and price overall, hitting close to $10. We have two verified sellers who have it for $8.50 plus $1 shipping. And then we have the next person, Pokemon Aloha, who has it for $10. So Lantern, close to a $10 cold foil rare. Hades, this used to be like a 5-6 ish, $5, $6 cold foil rare, and now this guy's like $10. So 8.25 is the lowest from Junior's TCG Emporium. Shout out you guys. But after that, you go to Shazes, and he has it for $9.50. And I've seen Shazes before, so shout out him too. You guys are dictating these prices, and thank you for keeping up with the prices, and letting us know that the cold foils are really where it's at. So if you've been collecting cold foils, they're gonna hold some value. And in that announcement with the Chapter 1 box, we also got confirmations about the erratas that we're gonna have in that next wave for the United States, and there's been a couple cards that were listed on there. You can go on your Lorcana app and type in errata on the search bar, and it'll show the cards, right? But some of them include Hey Hey Boat Snack. So this is a league promo. It actually had like a couple sales after these couple days when that news got announced. So it's gone from like $4 closer to like $5-6, even close to that $7 mark, right? Another one that we have is the one that we all know that we talked about from the video last week, was Befuddle as a cold foil. Now this cold foil is no longer $20. It was $20 last week, but as I said, I don't think that was a warranted price, at least not then. It's fallen all the way down to around $15, the lowest verified being $4 plus $5 shipping, but it's a light played. So near mint, you're going to be paying $12.93, $11.95 plus $1 shipping. So $12 to $13, almost $15 for a cold foil Befuddle, because it is a card that is very relevant in the meta right now. Cards that aren't relevant in the meta, but have a niche errata happening, like the Pacha misspelling. These cards are going for $5 on Work Together. So Work Together is still close to a $5 foil. There's not that many listings, but this is a common, so I do understand why it's a lot less, and the fact that it's a Pacha misspelling makes it kind of funny, right? A lot of the other erratas, they're just adding words like chosen or always, for example. Maximus is getting an errata too, so because of that, this also had an uptick in price and sales, as you can see here from this green line. It had a jump from the last couple days. There's only 20 listings, and now they're all $10 for the foils. So Maximus is a $10 foil, which is pretty cool. And then there's even the little guys. They're not that expensive, but they just had a rise in sales. So you can see in this little uptrend, like Chief Tui. He's only like $1 for the foil still, but he's getting an errata. The Sapphire Merlin is also getting an errata, and you can see a small uptick in sales right here. But they're not really worth much. They're just $1. But if you want to collect the errata cards, you can go ahead and start picking those up. The Hey Hey Boat Snack that is not part of the League promo is also had an uptick. This is now like $1 foil. A lot of these foils were like pennies, but now they're actually $1. And the Gaston promo, by the way, we have some Gaston. We have one Gaston promo listed on TCG Player for $200. None have sold on TCG Player, but this is the only one. But if you go on 130 point, you can find plenty of sales over here. Oops, that's not Gaston. If we go on to 130 point, you can find plenty of promos right here that have been selling for £55, which is a little closer, like 70 USD, 48 USD with some shipping, I imagine, £45, 60 pounds, what is this, 64 USD. So the Gaston promo is less than $100, and this is why I said it in the beginning. When promo cards come out from the conventions, I would definitely wait, especially with the news being that they're going to be available at multiple conventions in the future, right? So maybe don't pay more than $100 for this Gaston promo, but there are a couple other things I do want to go over on 130 point, like the D23 promo. There's been some small sales that occurred in the last couple days, like a Corella DeVille PSA 9 D23 promo sold for $1,000. That's pretty good. That's a pretty low price actually. And a PSA 9 Maleficent Dragon sold for $1,400. I kind of want to pick one of these up, maybe a PSA 9 or a 10, because this is getting this has an errata technically. The text on this card is different than the text that was printed on the first chapter when it was printed. So it's pretty cool. Check it out if you guys didn't know know that. Find some information about that, but that's pretty cool. And then the last card I'm going to go over is Goons. Still a worthless card, unfortunately. We need some Goons support, Ravensburger and Disney. Give us some Goons cards that we can use, so these, so we can have the Goon community pop in on the Lorcana metagame, right? But that's all we have to cover today for this Lorcana Market Watch. Once again, congratulations, Goons, for making it to Friday. I really appreciate you guys watching the videos, giving us the likes, the comments, and the subscriptions. I do want to give a shout out to everybody who has been commenting. Let us know what else you want me to go over. I did want to go over a little bit more about the erratas and information about that, because I did say in the last video that I didn't think it was going to be a super big deal, but some people do think it is going to be a big deal. I just don't have time because I've been working so much this week, so I got to go to work right now, but I'll probably add that in the Monday Market Watch, and then look out for some more videos. We were uploading videos once a day. It just it all caught up to me and Bag and Zach, and Bag is super sick right now, so I hope he feels better. It's a whole thing, but we're trying to catch back up on making these videos, so thanks again for all the support. It really keeps us going. You Goons have a great weekend, and we will see you next time, and keep playing Lorcana. Peace.